Go ahead, bro. I want to ask y'all brothers a question because y'all brothers both are very familiar with Steve Coakley. With his brilliance and his analysis ability, just give me a ballpark figure. If he decided, you know what? If he had decided instead of doing this work for our people, if he had said, I'm going to go get a job for the white boy, with his intellect, how much would he have been looking at a salary?
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that Brother Steve Coakley would have been a multi-millionaire. But also, even outside of the financial reward, the brother to me is one of the most brilliant military strategists that I've ever even heard of, let alone met. You see, his mind and what really made me understand the complexity of the brother's mind and how his mind operates was in a debate that he had with the Jew, with that small head. I can't even remember his name. And Brother Steve, if you're on the line, I know you can recall that, where he literally tore him to pieces in a debate.
Who's that?
And it was, sir?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
You were having a discussion with
Larry Elder?
Yes, sir.
I remember that.
And it was almost as if you were beating up on a child.
Yeah.
It was so one-sided. And when I saw that, or when I observed that, that let me know that the brother, we don't have people like this in our communities oftentimes. And that's why it's so important for us to really cherish and protect brothers whose minds are literally treasures of information. And like I said, brothers and sisters, I'm still learning and eating off the material that Brother Steve sent to me years ago.
And I owe you some material, too. I didn't forget. I bear the burden of you contributing and me not fulfilling my responsibility. So
no,
I bear that, and I never forget until I complete the task. So don't give up on me.
Just take your time, Elder. Take your time. I ain't going nowhere. But Brother Irritated Genie, that was an excellent question, and the bottom line is we've got to change the social and economic realities of our communities. And that is why it is so important for shows like this to exist, and why those of us who understand what we are up against, we have to position ourselves to eventually become institutions, so that this work can continue on long after we make our transition. That's our duty.
I think our work lies in substantiating a community that can enforce doing things our way, the right way that works best for all of us, particularly the producers of material. Because, still the topic of the evening is, psychological violence and, the psychology of violence. And we have to be careful not to over-attack the middleman, because I do know, as a bookseller and as a person who has lost a couple of art pieces to other people, I do know that you can say that they're taking money out of your mouth, but at the same time, the entire group is oppressed. So before we go after him, we need to go after the system.
Exactly.
And my example for that, is half slave, half free. And the actor in that was a brother that everybody knows if they saw him. But he was a jack of all trades that was stolen from Virginia. He had a wife and 2 children. And they put him in slavery in Louisiana. Some crackers stole him and put him in slavery for 10 years. Took him away from his family. And he was a musician. And he did everything. So when he got to the slave quarters in his new place, he built himself a bed. And all the other slaves was like, who is this uppity, Ian? Who is this uppity Ian thinking he is sleeping on the bed while we got to sleep on the floor? And so when he went somewhere, the other head, the HNIC, let's just say the acronyms, HNIC, got real upset while the dude was gone and tore his bed into small little pieces. Just pull it up. And so when the dude came back, he was like, who tore up my bed? And there was a big brother dude, the HNIC said, I did. And so he started whooping him up, just whooping him up. And this old man who plays in them Haitian movies, and he plays the Haitian dude and a lot of stuff. Everybody know who he is. He reached over and grabbed that dude by the shoulder who was whooping up on the hip, the HNIC, picked him up and said, look, what did you do to them crackers that stole you, hit you on the head from your family? You don't even know what happened to him. And he said, well, nothing. He said, well, why you beating his butt and he just broke a bed? So my point is, we got to make sure we don't cut our own feet off while we're trying to get things right.
Can I contribute? I'm gonna be this the arena show, but I'm interested in this dialogue because I'm really moved by what's happening. Can I make a contribution to that?
Yes, sir. But these discussions are interactive, and you can comment, brother. And we also want to get Brother Steve's comment and also the caller. So yeah, let's bring it all in.
Okay. I'm just being 100% honest. I respect where the brother coming from, but I'm be honest. I don't feel that way. The way I feel is Steve Coakley has done the kind of work to me that's invaluable. And I feel like as an African, there's no way that I can call myself a black man and would steal nothing from this man. I can't envision it. And if somebody else does it, I don't care about comparing them to a cracker or nothing. I'm like, as far as I'm concerned, you are a cracker. If you would steal this man's whole life, every time, it's the first time I've heard him. I ain't never heard him doing nothing but helping black people and educating us with valuable information. I ain't never known Brother Steve Coakley do nothing else but that. I don't rest right. I don't feel right knowing that I got people in my community. Now, if the cracker's stealing from him, I expect the devil to do what he do. The whole object is to go to war with the cracker. But right where I'm standing, if one of my own tries to do it, I feel I have a responsibility to give them a piece of my mind to make sure that be the last time they steal from somebody. Because if we don't stop this from happening, criminals don't stop, man. And they killing the movement. This brother should be in Zimbabwe right now talking about, yes, I'm sitting down with Robert Mugabe and we're discussing what we're going to do about the situation because he can do that. He has that ability. But we stole from him and he can't do it now. We done it. It ain't the cracker. We stole from our brother. He gave to us and we stole from him. I just think it's wrong, man.
I don't want you to misunderstand, Brother Irritated. I do not condone stealing. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I hope that's not what you're getting out of it. Because stealing is not condonable in our community on any level. Be clear about that. However, if you're going to punish somebody, start at the top. That's all I'm saying.
Brothers, can I say something?
Yes, sir, Elder. Go ahead.
Say even right there in Atlanta, people sell my material. And from them, I never even get a phone call.
Damn.
I don't get a news clipping. I definitely don't get a contribution.
Damn.
They ignore me, but they feed off of me.
Damn.
And they extract my work. And I only have to say, well, maybe somebody that they give the information or sell the information to will be somebody up ahead that was enlightened because they got it and they made the change. But I don't believe it's fair. I don't believe our community will excel when we don't do righteousness. One of the points I wanted to make was about righteousness. How can you do something wrong and have something right come out of it? It's impossible. It's not even go around, come around, or you reap what you sow, or any other laws that govern the universe, cause and effect. It just doesn't happen that way. And I know, especially even in Atlanta, these parasitic things go on, and I don't attack them. I don't undermine them. Sometimes I call them, they don't call back. And what does a brother do? I ain't got nothing. If somebody wants something to happen, you ought to at least be the one that you eat off of so that they can, in fact, have more to sell and undermine. Not that I condone it, but damn, you understand what goes in is what comes out, and you put nothing in, and you take something out, that could be the enemy. That could be the enemy. Undermine the scholars, retranslate information that's not yours. And I don't, I'll be bitter sometimes, you know. I get bitter, but I'm not allowed to stop. I'm not allowed to not continue. I buy books, every newspaper I can get my hand on. I can't even afford some of the books I need that will help me better translate, or to go some of the cities and put on film. As I've gone to city, all of the Masonic temples and secret chambers and other things that need to be on film, I can't go to those cities without having to hustle money, because I don't have a fund where we invest in what we say we want, you know. And how do you accept that? You got to really be above it, and you know, accept or expect nothing. You know, I expect nothing. It's not good. I think part of 59, I'm worn down. And I tell you what you don't see. What you don't see is how many people call that need things that are worse off than me. That I share the little money I have. I keep a phone on that should expire so that I can help somebody, because if I have the capability, I'm compelled to do the help. And when I just got sick now, I think about, I know there's some enemy in there when I think about college and a lot of other things at home when things happen. But I also know that I don't have the right. I don't have the right not to respond. I just, if I have the capability, I'm compelled to respond, and that's responsibility. And that sense of responsibility is one of the things that you share with the people tonight, is a sense of responsibility that we are each other. You know, we are connected even when we don't communicate. You fall, I gotta help pick you up. When during this show, when I ask the people to help me, probably nobody will, because that's what happens, you know. But I gotta keep going. Brother called me. I'm laying in a hospital bed. I just had somebody wipe my butt because I can't do it for myself. I'm laying in a hospital bed because I can communicate. I can't do certain things, but I can communicate. I tell him, brother, I called him because I looked at his number and couldn't tell who it was. I always knew what DJ's number was. It's the third number in my phone bank. But I could not remember now because under attack. I don't know what they did to me. Being down 8 days, I just don't know. So, you know, there's a sense of responsibility that we have to agree with, a brotherhood, a sisterhood that doesn't allow things to get in between us. And while, you know, even the people that undermine me, and they might think that, you know, making money off of somebody else's work, contributing nothing to it, they might enrich themselves. But in the long run, sense of responsibility is compelling, and under that conduct, a code of conduct, you can never be hurt. The enemy could be doing this, but you can't hurt me because I don't feel it. But then again, to do the work, you can't feel the accolade, and you can't feel the pain. You become senseless, and if you can't be shaken with excitement or with pain, you get the right to go forward. That's part of the responsibility you accept. That's what makes it go. You know, so I just want to add that in there.